What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the 29th episode of our podcast, Don't Stop Beleafing, where we talk all about the Leafs all the time to anyone who will listen. I'm your host, Nolan Drinkwalter, and I am hyped and amped right now because we are in between the third and overtime of the Leafs game, and it's tied 2-2 right now, and I am friggin' nervous, and I want them to win so goddamn bad. And this is my co-host, Jack Prinz. How's it going, buddy?
Oh man, I've been really into this one and in not healthy way. Definitely nervous and really pissed off this game. Like
the refs are killing me, man.
Dude, the reffing's been horrible.
Like that cross check on Nyes has to be the most insane penalty I've seen in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, meanwhile he's getting beat worse from
He had three cross checks in the back right before that. That's what I thought they were calling.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were calling too, and then they gave it to us. So, and then at the end there, not to call that against Mitch Marner, as the guy comes in. Yeah, like the guy slid along the ice and took out his feet of him in the slot. They literally called
Nylander on a penalty of tripping like the exact same way.
Yeah.
Earlier in the game.
Yeah, or not to mention Stützle's with Laurent.
Yeah, that was even a trip. He jumped out of the way.
He jumped out of the way. So this has been. I don't like this game. I don't like the feel of it. Because Stolar's just let in probably the weakest goal I've seen him of the series.
I know. Actually, I was thinking about that. That's twice. Yeah. Where he's been like without a shot for a while, got cold.
Yeah.
And lets in the first shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not really. Like it's not, I don't think I think he's gonna be fine for overtime. He's gonna prepping himself and getting ready for it.
Absolutely.
And he made a big stop right after that one.
Oh, that was huge to keep us in the game. So yeah, that's what he needed right after. And we had some good rebound shifts, so that was good to see the boys bounce back from that. The whole time they were out there and they were announcing the goal, I was like, stop announcing the goal. Because it's just like firing them up, and we're trying to play hockey here.
That's the point, though.
I know. It was. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie.
It was the longest announcement, though. I was like, just get it over with.
Like to give flowers to the fans of Ottawa. Like they're doing a pretty good job in the crowd.
Honestly, I thought they would be more Leaf fans there, but no, there's a lot of Sens fans that showed out. So kudos to them.
Oh, I knew it because apparently they're trying not to sell tickets to the Leafs fans.
How would you
Ottawa on purpose?
How would you prove that though?
What they first did, they sold to season ticket holders first as much as they could possible for half price tickets.
Oh, smart.
$170 for lower bowl seats.
Nice. That's I'd love to live in that world.
Right? Here it's what, $1,000? Anyways, that's not even a big deal. Big story of the week. We're gonna start it right now. Leafs are up 2-0 in the series, with Game 3 going to overtime.
Heck yeah.
They won the first one big, 6-2. 3 power play goals, 3 even strength goals, and only allowed 2 goals. And everybody's saying how good Ottawa was playing. The Leafs destroyed them that game.
Leafs are playing playoff-style hockey, which is what they've been trained for this whole time, but now they can actually play their style to the way because it's playoffs now, and nothing to hold back. Not holding anything back.
The whole season was a test.
The whole season was, okay, learning. Boys, like, let's play smart and not, we can't play playoff style every game or else you get injured and it just doesn't, you run out of gas. But
is overtime starting right now?
But now they can go.
Yeah. Is overtime starting?
It kind of looks like it. Yeah.
It's yelling at me, it is starting.
It's starting, Nolan.
Oh, crap. Should we stop?
Yeah, we should stop. We'll put a pause.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
Bye. And we're back. We just finished OT. Benoit gets the game winner. This guy, we're going to talk about this guy right now. We're talking about this guy right now. Right now.
Did anyone have that as their, on their bingo card? Benoit OT winner?
Primary assist on the other overtime goal, and now gets his own overtime goal?
Is this guy Mr. Overtime now?
I think he is. I think he is.
Holy moly.
Bieksa called him the best 6th defenseman in the league.
I know, I heard that.
I'm inclined to believe it now.
Honestly, the guy's playing great.
What a seeing eye shot, man.
Oh my god.
This is like shades of Riley's goal against Tampa in overtime 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty, man.
Just get pucks to the net. That's how you score in the playoffs.
And like, wow, like the goalie could not see that shot.
No, man.
Oh my god.
No.
Just what a placed shot.
That's the Leaf style. There was always talk when Keefe was the coach. He said the type of goals we score need to be more playoff style goals. And now this whole year, really, a lot of the Leafs, there's been some flashy ones, of course, but they're not afraid to get their hands dirty, go to those areas, and create those playoff style chances.
Yeah, and the only flashy goal this game would have been Matthews.
Yeah.
God, that was flashy.
Oh. Geometry.
Man, so Leafs are up 3-0 in the series now.
Yeah.
I'm so happy those Ottawa fans are devastated now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, my attitude's just changed so much in the last 2 minutes. What a quick overtime.
Another quick, yeah, that was quick. Quicker than the last one.
Yeah, that was a minute and a bit.
I was wondering because they had an early goal in the third period if they were going to come out and get an early goal in this one. One of the early signs that I saw this overtime that made me feel a lot better was Marner got the puck, and instead of just doing something with it, he backed all the way up into his own zone and then made a pass. And then both McCabe and Tanev also got the puck later on that shift and just held on to it. Like, not a nerve in their body. They were so composed, so patient. And then right after that, Nylander did the same thing Marner did. Just like wound it back, relaxed, sent the tempo.
Yeah, but Nylander has ice in his veins.
I know. But I'm just like, wow, like that's hopefully going to be the difference this overtime is those guys are so calm with it on their stick right now, and it's overtime. And then you look at it got dumped into Ottawa, and Ottawa was like, D was like, D, and then that D was just like, tried to spring it up. And then that's what led to the Domi chance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it just goes to show that patience and letting the play develop rather than just like forcing it up there.
Well, the Leafs have a lot more experience with the playoffs, and that's what this is.
And that's what this is. And I was banking on that, and then when I saw them come out in overtime, I'm like, that's a great sign. If there's anything that's a good sign, then hopefully that will do it for us.
And another thing the Leafs have crushed this year again was faceoffs. Another big thing in this series altogether. All their power play goals in the first game. It goes 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 20 seconds. Their first 4 power play goals they scored. Yeah. That's how quick into the power play they scored.
And not just on offense, they made some huge defensive face-off wins today on icings where some of our guys have been out there and immediately just won the face-off. Our D slowly just held on to it, passed out of the zone. We got to change. Just put those fires out right away.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you even saw it second game, Tavares, I think, was like 4 for 14. And he looked bad, but he played an amazing game. Face-offs took a hit.
Yeah.
But Drew, again, is one of the top face-off guys in the league as well. So it's a good battle, but Leafs have they've been crushing that, and because of that, they've been scoring goals, like offensive face-offs. They've been crushing those. They've been getting goals right away off of them.
Even Nylander went and got 2 in a row off the face-off play to Matthews today.
And like you were saying, that they're in the defensive zone, Berube, at the end of, I think, one of the periods in the second game, puts Matthews out with Tavares in a defensive zone face-off. Tavares gets kicked out. Matthews is able to come in. He wins the face-off.
That was such a smart play.
Like coaching play. Like this is like a coach we haven't had a coach like this.
I know.
Within the Matthews era, I don't think.
And we haven't been mentioning Berube enough this year because when we're talking about players that we have going into the playoffs that's going to make a difference, we didn't even mention our coach is different.
Talk about the X factor.
And it makes a huge difference. I liked what he did. I know some people said, let them celebrate or whatever, but I like how he kept his assistant coaches in check and told them to calm down after they celebrated for that one goal.
Yeah, I think it was Mark Savard.
Yeah, well, both of them were pretty pumped. And rightfully so, but at the same time, it's like, that's not the Stanley Cup winning goal. Like, let's This is just a
We still
small
got a
piece.
game,
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's not let our highs get too high. Let's just stay grounded right now, and at the end we'll celebrate.
I think the reason why Mark Savard was I think it was a power play goal, right?
I don't know if it
I
wasn't.
honestly think his job is the power play.
He's
like, I
just
need
so
you to
nervous.
score.
He's like, I need this.
That's how I get money.
I'm trying to feed my kids here.
So maybe that's why he was celebrating so hard.
He's like, yes, for the kids this week.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
We'll get fired this offseason.
But yeah, so I want to talk about... So Patches was in the game, the third game here. But what do you think of his impact tonight?
Made some big hits. I don't think he was a liability out there, which is good because he hasn't played in so long.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a bold strategy going in. I guess they just wanted to bulk up the lineup a little bit. And then also people are saying online that they always want... what's his nickname? Scratch and score? They're like... I guess the Leafs want a big goal from scratch and score game 4.
Yeah, incoming Hattie, here we go.
Yeah, they're like OT winner game 4 coming in from scratch and score.
But yeah, so I noticed he was also thrown out. Well, I think Robertson was scratched. Let's talk about Robertson first. I think he was scratched because in both the games he got 2 not lazy penalties, undisciplined, not controlling a stick, high sticking penalties, and both resulted in goals.
Yeah.
So, and he was benched last game because of it. And I think Berube sending a message being like, if you can't control your stick, if you're not going to contribute offensively on that third line is what your goal is, then I'm going to have to take you out.
Plus, you're really good at getting scratched and then coming back and scoring. So we're going to try that strategy.
I wonder if that's what they said to him. We're scratching you because for some weird reason you score the next game.
but no, for sure. And every power play in the playoffs is so much more crucial than the regular season. You have to be disciplined. You have to know that when you're sending a player out, you can feel safe doing that and not knowing that you're putting the team at risk. So it makes sense. Yes,
and talking about reliable players, that whole fourth line.
Oh my god!
He relies on it in a lot of situations.
Oh my gosh! How nice is it?
Well, it's amazing.
Whenever they throw them out there, I'm not worried at all.
Like, who thought Yarncrow coming back he would be this good?
Amazing.
He's only $2 million right now. Like, it's insane.
It's great, and that's where having that depth that we had pays off, because even if one of our guys goes down or needs a rest day or a rest game in the playoffs, we have this depth that it's great.
And we still have Cam sitting in the wings.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, let's look at the fourth line. Lorentz, $1.5 million. Lawton is only costing us $1.5 million. And Yarncroke's $2 million. Like, it's such a cheap line, too.
Yeah. And what you're getting out of them is awesome. They're even getting a lot of offensive opportunities as well and really pinning them in. They're great. They get back the energy. They throwing them out there after goals. They're throwing them out there after we score to make sure that we don't get scored on right away.
They are so... I would trust them completely, too. I'd be throwing them out in every situation.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not on the power play yet.
And it's not even one of those things where... Again, Ottawa I don't think is as deep as us depth-wise, but even against first line, even if they're out there, it's not that big of a deal.
No, they didn't look any more dangerous than any other time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This fourth line, it's probably the best fourth line in the league right now. I'd put it up against... I think Las Vegas has the other best fourth line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with Roy centering, I forget who he centers, but, like, Las Vegas can always roll their four lines very well. So, yeah, and that's probably going to be who would play in the Cup finals.
Yeah, and it goes back to Florida last year, how they were comfortable rolling all four lines, all playoffs, and it makes a huge difference. Because then, your top-end guys don't have to play as many minutes, and this is a marathon, not a sprint.
War of attrition, they say.
Yeah, and so you got to think of that, by Game 7 of the fourth series of the Stanley Cup Finals, those minutes make a difference. They all wear on you.
Yeah, and speaking of, let's go to the top of the lineup. Our core four had 9 points in the first game. They have 18 points altogether now in the 3 games. Marner, I think, has 6 points in 3 games. It's ridiculous, man.
They have more points than they had in the whole 7-game series against Boston last year.
Oh, yeah. Well, and to be fair, they missed half of it. Like, 2 guys missed half of it.
Yeah, but it was after 2 games.
Oh, my God, it's ridiculous.
Marner really wants that contract. He's like, oh, you think I can't be in the playoffs? Well, look at this. If
he plays like this, to all the way to the Cup Finals, wins a Cup, I'll give him $20 million. I don't care.
Here's a blank check. Write a number on it.
Here's a percentage of the team we're giving it to you.
I know this doesn't count as salary cap, so we're just going to give you part ownership.
That seems illegal. But a main reason for the core four getting getting all these points, the power play, 5 for 9 right now. Like, they're over 50%.
They're humming. And they're moving it around so well. That first power play, they didn't score on it today, but immediately they just started moving the puck around so fast. I was like, oh.
They had some seam passes across the ice that were
and they were getting close to the net. They were breaking down their box really well and just getting some close shots.
In the box.
Right on in the box.
Come on, man. This is a family show.
That's why we put explicit on the thing.
Doesn't say stuff like box. But that's the reason why. But even,
too much box talk.
Now let's get back to the hockey talk. Get away from the box talk. But yeah, like even Nyes' power play goal today was a dirty, grimy, fluky goal.
And guys crash in the net.
Yeah.
You get pucks to the net, you crash the net.
That's what they did. Every power play.
Yeah.
Is you see Marner floating one in, throwing one in. But what I love with this power play, it seems like with this series, is the retrievals. They are getting it back a lot better than they did before. They're able to get, like, after those shots, and they're like, let's say they're blocked or they're saved, they're getting that puck.
They're hustling. They're winning puck battles. They're hungry for that puck. It's the first time that I've seen them that hungry and winning those puck battles in a playoff series since the Matthews era came in. Because before they'd shy away a little bit from a lot of those puck battles, but even Marner, they're going in 100 miles an hour. Like, I remember early days where Marner would just slow up going into a 50-50 puck battle and just try to get the puck after because he was scared.
He's also tiny.
Yeah, and now this guy is just flying in there. It's awesome.
Again, I put it to experience.
Yeah.
He knows how to hit, when to throw the hit, when to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And he seems to be doing that perfectly now.
He's doing it. They're all playing so well.
Yeah, like even I've seen Nylander knock someone over this game. He hit him to the ground. Nylander.
Yeah. And McMahon, like halfway through the game, had 8 hits.
Oh, I think he will score a goal.
Yeah.
He will score a goal soon, but he is a beast out there. For what he makes, for what he's doing, he is a beast.
Yeah.
I just wish I do think they should put him on that second line. I don't know why they haven't.
Holmberg, baby.
You mean he is great defensively.
Yes.
He black holes that offense.
Yeah.
In the first period, he had like a half break, and I'm like, he's not scoring.
No.
And then shoots it right to the chest of Mark.
And I will give this to his credit. It was near the end of the game. It was the end of his shift. He got the puck in the neutral zone, but it wasn't quite at the red line, and he made a smart bank play. It was perfect weight. It didn't go past the far, so it wasn't icing. And to make that play at that time of the game, at the end of your shift when you're just dead tired, I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, honestly, I am also very impressed with his IQ.
And I think Nylander really likes playing with him, and that's why he's there.
Do you think they're just talking Swedish to each other? That's
100%. And Tavares is just sitting there like, I don't care.
I'm so mad right now you guys aren't talking to me. Why aren't you talking to me? That's my Tavares.
Nice.
Or he's just holding his amulet and just looking at it.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's just holding his amulet and being like,
was that what you said? I missed that completely.
Yeah, you were talking.
Sorry, Jag.
It's okay. Man, you sounded just like him.
But I honestly, Holmberg I think he has a great IQ for the game. He has a great sense, hockey sense, because his defense is amazing. It's
he just
the skills don't match the IQ.
That's 100% it. Like, he got a couple passes in the offensive zone this game and just fumbled. It was like dead slot. All he had to do was stop it and shoot it. I
remember, yeah. And he just can't. He bobbles it, is gone. Pummel fucks the puck right up.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some.
I know. We glossed past this because we were talking about this overtime goal tonight. I want to talk about 2 nights ago, the second game, Domi's overtime winner.
Yeah.
Because he was having not the greatest game.
Yeah.
He had some turnovers. That third line wasn't really gelling yet. It wasn't really gelling. I mean, they're terrible defensively, and they weren't really getting the offensive going. So everybody was on that line. Robertson got that penalty. McMahon was kind of invisible. Just the whole line was trash.
Kind of invisible that game.
But in overtime, my new best friend, Simo Benoit, decides to rush. First he jumps up. So there's a 3-on-3 coming into the Leaf zone.
Mm-hmm. Pinto.
What's his name? I think it's Bathurst. Makes a backhand floating pass through the center.
Mm-hmm.
And Batherson? Batherson.
Yeah, it was either Batherson or Pinto. I think it was Batherson, you're right. It was a backhand pass.
Yeah. And Domi has the confidence, to jump up in the play and steal this puck.
Oh, it was Benoit that stole it.
Did I say Domi?
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant Benoit. Yeah, Benoit has the confidence and the smarts and just to jump up on this play.
It's a great read.
Grabs the puck and skates it down the boards, which I don't think he was going for anything special or specific. I think he was wanting the line change for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
You think so too?
Yeah.
And so he's cutting up the ice. He's cutting into the zone.
It was 1-on-3 at one point. It was him versus 3 people.
And then he sees, it was. Then he sees Domi, I guess, come up behind him. Drop passes to him. 2 Senators decide to just fly by the puck.
Yeah.
I don't even think Domi made moves on them.
It was a 2-on-4 the way it developed. And Benoit dropped it, drove one defenseman deep. Yeah. So somebody had to cover him. And then Domi went around the one guy, and then the other guy just happened to do a flyby, and then so did the other guy. I guess the angle that they were going at, it was a bad angle, and they were just going for puck and missed completely.
Oh, I know.
And so it was a little lucky.
It's a bad look.
Yeah, so it was a little lucky that way, and then Domi just retrieved it and got it. And the ting, oh my gosh, was that ever satisfying.
Again, Allmark had no chance on either.
He's got a great shot. And what's crazy is he was actually practicing that exact shot in practice that day. There's video that came out of him at the end of the optional skate that day, just doing that exact shot, like going on, like kind of like opening up and just shooting from that area.
Is it because of how that game was scripted? He has to make that shot.
Domi, here's the script, okay?
Now practice this goddamn shot.
Practice it.
But that shot doesn't go in if Benoit is not doing a flyby screen on that goalie.
Yeah, going to the net too.
He loves leaping, man. He's a leaper.
I'm so happy. What a moment. And
for Domi, Max Domi, who saw his dad go through the playoffs when he was younger, there's pictures shown to score an overtime Leafs goal at home has to be one of the greatest feelings you could feel as being a fan of the team.
It's what you dream of as a kid growing up, scoring in overtime in playoffs
for your home team.
Yeah.
So like I just want like Lorentz to score one, or like Lawton to score one, or JT already has his.
It'll come. Benoit got his.
Yeah, but I don't think he's from here.
Yeah, I know. He didn't grow up the dream of being a Leaf. Yeah. Well, Tavares already has his.
That's why I said Tavares has his.
Yeah.
I don't think Marner has an OT winner. Like, in the playoffs.
He does in the Four Nations.
He does. But that was in Montreal. Do you really want to score an overtime winner in Montreal?
No. Well, for that reason,
yeah. Okay, actually, that's a good question. Question for you right now. What would you rather score? A Leafs overtime playoff winner or a Team Canada overtime winner?
Is it for a final game or just a regular game?
Well, we're talking about the both right now. Like the one Marner scored or the one Domi scored?
Marner's over Domi's right now.
Really?
Yeah, because the Four Nations was just a short tournament, and it meant so much more on a national level.
Yeah, especially at the climate.
And there's way more fans, and it's against way better players.
Fair enough. I would want Domies because that's a childhood dream of mine.
Yeah, that's fair too.
But Team Canada, like, imagine getting the golden goal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to do. Would I raise my hands after the goal? I don't even know. But yeah, so also in the second game, I do want to bring up how the Leafs tried to park the bus, as they say, and shut it down completely after they got that 2-0 lead. Which I think they did. The second period, they did not do a good job. They got caved in, I think. But the third period, they did such a good job defending that 2-1 lead that Stolarz was getting 0 shots.
Yeah.
And the problem with doing something like this, where you just crawl into your shell and try to defend that lead and not have any offense whatsoever, is one mistake can ruin that whole thing. And that's what happened. So, do you think they should continue just trying offense, or do you like the way they play? Because is that like a fluky thing that happened, but it also happened tonight?
I think it's important they practice both because you'll need both in a long playoff run to be able to do both. You can't just rely on one part of the game.
Fair enough, because they were losing tonight.
Yeah, and I actually really hated the second period. I'm like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
They just keep the offense. They can't score if we're in their offensive end. Just outskilling them because I think depth-wise we can do that game. But I'm not mad at them practicing being defensive, and then watching them hone it in the third period was encouraging to be like, okay, you know what? We can lock it down if they are on their game. It's tricky, like you said, for a goalie to go a lot of time without a shot. That's what happened in the game tonight, where he didn't have a shot for the longest time, and then Brady Tkachuk comes down and gets one. Great shot through the defense again, but that's one I would expect him to have usually.
He's got a dirty shot, though, Brady. Holy. It's a cannon.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Yeah. I'm not taking away from that. It's just, I think Stolarz would have that.
With that too, yeah.
If he was getting more shots and more dialed in, it was a long break for him.
Yeah, agreed. And I know what that's like, because I played net not too long ago. And when I was getting a lot of shots, and the shots that did come in were getting scored on me.
Against a bunch of 14-year-olds.
Hey, doesn't matter how old they are, they were terrible, though. I was still getting scored on. So the thing is, though, they've tried the outskill your opponent in the Keefe era. And obviously that didn't get anywhere where we needed it to go.
No. Especially in the playoffs, it doesn't work that well because teams are too good defensively. You don't really get those opportunities anymore to just flashy goals. You have to be willing to fight and get to those areas, get to those dirty areas, get pucks to net, get players to net. That's how we got our OT winner too. Just, got pucks to net and got our players to the net.
Yeah.
And we got guys on our team now that are willing to pay the price and get to those areas, and they're not scared of it. Like, you got guys like Nyes and McMahon and even Patches and other guys like Matthews standing in front on that one. They're not afraid anymore to go to that dirty area. Tavares, he's a dog in there too.
Lawrence,
so many guys that aren't afraid to stand and put themselves there and take that beating because they know it's so important. Benoit, yeah,
because he went to the net, another OD winner.
Yeah, so it's
that's something different I see too. Is like
something different because
the years past it'd be like, oh, this goalie is killing us, and the series they did win against Vasilevsky, they went to the net.
Yeah.
But every other series, like Bob could see all the shots.
Every shot. Yeah. And those guys are too good, and the teams are too good defensively. They don't give up that many high chance scoring shots. You have to get to the front of the net, get a rebound, get a dirty goal, get a bounce.
100%, yeah. And then, so Matthews gets his first goal tonight.
Yeah.
2-point night for him. Big night. Do you think, because they were talking about this, I was listening to the Sportsnet panel, and they were talking about this earlier, how Matthews was a 60-goal scorer, and this year he has just over 30. Are you okay with him sacrificing his goal-scoring ability a bit to be a complete center that he is now?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Would you rather have Patrice Bergeron on your team?
Or
Alex Ovechkin?
I think Ovechkin. Like as a tank.
Yeah, well, like a guy that doesn't, like, obviously doesn't play like Alex Ovechkin. I would say just a guy that's like just a goal scorer. I don't know, but Patrice Bergeron wins the cup, right? Like a Stevie Y type player wins the cup. A Joe Sakic type player wins the cup. They still put in 30 goals a season, but they're great defensively. Mm-hmm. Those are the guys that win Stanley Cups.
And he was throwing his body around tonight. Like the first shift, I saw 2 hits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's here to play. This guy's here to fucking bang.
They're all there to bang, and it's awesome.
And we're going to be there to bang them too.
What?
So yeah, that's mostly all I have. We can do a goal of the week, but mine's going to be Domi's overtime goal.
Okay.
Do you have a different one?
I was going to go with the Marner to Matthews.
Oh, it's such a sick goal.
Because Noel and I were talking about this. How many tries would it take to get that angle, that geometry right of that puck coming off the boards like that, just to let it ramp off your stick right to Matthews?
And to be like, the speed's enough that it's going to make that play. That's wild.
Yeah, like not take too much off of it at the same time.
Yeah.
Nolan said 100.
And I said I couldn't even do it in 100. It was wild, man.
I think if you gave me the 15 to 20, I think I could get lucky once on 15 to 20.
Fair enough. If they were all in succession, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like block practice. Just another one. All right, just slow adjustments. Get the protractor out.
You're like drawing on the ice. So I guess the one more thing I want to talk about is the penalty kill. Do you think it is too passive? Or what do you think of these penalty kill? You like it?
I'm happy with it right now. I'm very happy. They're very good at getting in the shooting lanes. They're blocking a ton of shots.
Yeah. We haven't talked about that yet.
And they're making guys second guess a lot. Because it looks open when they first get it, and then it's gone in a second. So then you got guys almost fumbling it and almost double clutching it sometimes because they know they have to get it off, and then all of a sudden the guy's in the lane and they're like, oh, fuck. And you know how annoying that would be over time, and it slowly plays on their mental. Plus, not to mention all the block shots. So it seems like, I just can't get a shot through on these guys.
Leafs have blocked so many shots in these 3 games, man.
Yeah, so I think I'm not pressing a panic button on the Leafs penalty kill. The goal they scored today was on a 5-on-3.
Oh, don't even get me started on that 5-on-3.
Yeah, so we're not a fan of the refs tonight.
If they don't call that Ottawa penalty on Brady Tkachuk, because I don't think that was a penalty, and they don't call that one on Nyes because that's the makeup call. So then it only would have been a 5-on-4 if Nylander got that penalty, which it was a penalty. Yeah,
but also Nylander probably drew a penalty on that play as he was ripping around.
Agreed. But it's makeup. It boggles my mind.
I saw a funny thing online where Leafs Poppy posted, "Watch out, boys! There's a sniper in the rink tonight."
And who was it?
Like an actual sniper, and it was just like
for Stützle?
Brady Tkachuk going down, and then it was like Stützle going down in the way, almost like those RKO out of nowhere videos. Yeah. Like, it was pretty funny. I was like, that's hilarious. Like, watch out, there's a sniper in the building.
But yeah, so if you don't make that makeup call, there wouldn't be that 5-on-3.
Yeah.
And that goal doesn't happen.
Well, another thing too is after the Lorentz trip too, the guy goes over to defend Stützle and starts cross-checking our players. Mm-hmm. And there's no, all of a sudden it should just be 2. All right, see ya. Like, you got the penalty, leave it alone. You can't just go up and get a couple free cross-checks on our guys.
Yeah, not just that. If you're going to call a cross-check like Nyes's, which was a muffin, then you should be calling like a 200 a game.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yeah. There's no longer the excuse Senators versus refs. That can't be used anymore after this game.
They were complaining so much.
And I kind of understood because that Stolarz and Grieg incident.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about that yet.
I get it.
So Stolarz has been, I think, lights out for the most part.
He's only allowed 2 goals each game.
Yes, and for the last 10 games he's played, going into the regular season, it's been 2 or less goals.
He's 11-0 now in his last 11 games.
Yeah, and the Leafs are 8-0 in their last 8 games.
Yeah.
They're on a streak, man.
Yeah, they're hot.
They're hot. hot. What was I talking about? Oh, Stolarz. Yeah, so it's just that Tkachuk goal I kind of want back, but again, they won, so who gives a fuck anymore?
But the way he bounced back.
Very good point. He made a really good stop.
Unbelievable stop after that.
So Ridley Greig, which was I think is totally on purpose, runs them in the first game.
Dude,
you can't tell me anything different.
No, that was bullshit.
And what bugs me, again, the stupid fucking Sportsnet panel, Bieksa calls it gamesmanship. When you're trying to injure a player because he's outperforming what he's supposed to be in the game and the reason your team's losing and you're trying to hurt that player, that's not gamesmanship, man.
No, it reminds me of the 2013, I think 2013 or 2014 when
Chris Kreider?
Carey Price was, Chris Kreider, the Rangers ran Carey Price and injured him, and that was it. But that guy was unstoppable. I think they would have won a cup that year because Carey Price, that was the best goaltending I've ever seen in my lifetime.
That's the year he won the Hart, right?
Yeah, he was so good. And the team wasn't that great, but he was so good. And then that's what they resorted to. That's not gamesmanship. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate that dirty shit. Like, win in the corners, grind, whatever, do whatever, but don't go taking out goalies and doing dirty shit like that.
Like, I understand the stuff after the whistles.
Yes.
That's like Matthews breaking a Greig's stick, or tonight I think it was Shabbat. Holmberg got his stick stolen from him, and Shabbat threw it on the ice. Yeah. Like, I understand that kind of gamesmanship. Yeah. Even I know it was terrible, but Tkachuk trying to get into Tavares' head with that high stick at the end of the first. Yeah. Like, I understand that stupid little shit.
Yeah, and it's not going to injure Tavares. That's the difference. That's not going to put him out of the game. It's not like it's dirty, but it's
annoying.
It's just annoying more than anything, and it drives me insane.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I get it, and if that was on our team, we'd be like, yes, do that more. It's just the dirty shit when you're trying to injure guys. Blatantly, I don't like that. That doesn't sit right with me.
I know. So in the second game, Stolarz has Greig in front of him. Mm-hmm. 2 blockers to the back. I think 2 Ron Hextall style slashes to this guy. And then he's not even done there. Griggs tries to skate through the crease again, and Stolarz completely bodies him to the ice. Man, it was beautiful.
Oh, it was awesome to see, because you wouldn't want to see it happen to a better guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the rest let it go so much because they knew anyone that watched that game knew that that's what Ridley Greig was trying to do.
It was the same refs from the first game.
Yeah. So they knew, and they're like, okay, after this, fair is fair. Then we don't have to worry about the Stolarz versus him Greig situation anymore. They're both even. Call it at that.
I remember someone saying Greig got 2 minutes for getting his ass kicked.
What was wild is I was talking to Sammy, my sister, and Halton, and they reminded me that Stolarz was Brady's, our buddy Brady, who played in the NHL for a couple games, and now he plays in Germany, actually in the finals.
DL League.
Yeah, the Dell League, and they're actually in the finals right now against Berlin.
Nice.
Yeah, they made the finals, but Berlin's so strong. Anyway, when he played in London for his overage year, Stolarz was his goalie.
No way. Someone taller than Brady?
That team was pretty good. Mitch Marner was on that team, Josh Anderson, Max Domi, Bo Horvat.
And Brady was on the team?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
You went and saw them.
Yeah, I don't remember. So I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I didn't remember Stolarz in net, but Stolarz was the goalie, and apparently that year he got suspended 7 games. I don't know how amount is, but basically he two-handed a guy or blockered him in front of the net.
That's insane.
Let me. Yeah.
What is it?
Stolarz banned 8 games for high stick.
High stick? So he slashed someone in the face.
Windsor's Josh Hosang.
Did he slash him in the face? Holy. Yeah, he swung a stick at him. Hosang has his own rap album, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was kind of a bust.
That's 8. Yeah, I know that's 8 games, though. That's crazy. We're good. I'm good. I saw it all. You can stop showing.
That's wild.
So again, we were talking about the gamesmanship and stuff like that. And like after the whistle, getting into it a bit and stuff like that. But after the first game, when it was a blowout, in the last minute, Ottawa was taking healthy runs at players, starting shit after the whistle. Do you find that as gamesmanship as well? Or I kind of hate that stuff.
I think it's so dirty. It's basically, we're going to try and injure you so that we can beat you in the next game. And it's like, dude, that's not really winning yourself a series. I get making clean hits or whatever, but don't do dirty shit and purposely trying to injure our guys.
I know, and all these last minute penalties in games that don't matter. These penalties don't matter. Like, they're nothing. These 2-minute penalties. So, do you think they should be pushed to the next game in a series like this?
That'd be an interesting rule, eh? Like,
just
if you got a 5-minute penalty, just to stop the shit at the end of the game. If you got a 5-minute major, you could do it in the playoffs because you're playing the same. It just wouldn't carry over from a series.
Yeah.
But that's a cool.
Just in Game 7, you're hammering each other the last minute of the blowout.
Doesn't matter.
Kill them all!
Somebody hit somebody. That's an interesting rule. I've never thought of that, but it would definitely help that.
Yeah, because it's such bullshit, man. Like, you can do whatever you want.
It's just, who cares? The game's over. We lost.
They're not going to suspend you. Yeah. They're not going to give you a fine.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. Give me a lot to think about.
You're welcome,
Let that one marinate. Let it simmer.
Oh, so I think I'm finally coming down from my high of this win.
Well, it's late. You've had a big day.
I have a lot of big days. Early day tomorrow, too.
Jeez, man. Don't want to keep you up.
So if you lasted this long and you watched the game and you're just as excited as we are, I want to thank you for being on this journey with us. And Jack, do you have anything you want to... any final words from you?
No, just pumped and excited for Game 4, baby. Let's go.
Benoit is my new favorite player, and he's going to be the new jersey I buy, and I love this guy to death.
Are you going to get the St. Pat's one for $700?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get his number tattooed on my back.
Nice. No, get his picture, man. Just like a big Benoit tattoo on your back.
His face. How about this? If the Leafs win the cup, I will get a tattoo of something.
Oh, I like that. How about if Benoit scores in overtime in Game 7? You have to get his face tattooed on your back.
Deal. I am not kidding. Deal. But you have to pay for half.
That's fine.
Okay.
You say that to your girl. It's for the Leafs.
You don't get
it. You don't understand.
You're not with it.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, thank you. Play hard.
Until Saturday, play hard and have fun.